Yeah, good morning, yes, sir. Good morning, you're welcome. Okay. Good morning, what's up? Yeah, this is Vice Sir, I'm Christian Chuku. Yes, sir. Yeah, let's take a look at what we have for this morning. We are here at the bus stop. Good morning, happy new week to every one of you, Mr. Fad, Mr. Mukala, Atamda, good morning. Kek Fox, Nwoko, good morning. Dede Chima, good morning. King Joe, good morning. Everyone, let's go straight to what we have for today. The newspaper headlines this morning. I have the Daily Sun newspaper. I have the Vanguard newspaper, the Daily Sun and the Vanguard newspaper. Let's start with the Vanguard this morning. Federal government overwhelmed by insecurity and worsening economy. Federal government overwhelmed by insecurity and worsening economy. That's from the Catholic bishops. Once again, do or die politics as general elections draws nearer. 12 days to the election. The bishops are warning against do or die politics. Yes, sir. On pupils' death, Chrisland, Lagos government shot Chrisland school. Another incident from that school. I think this is the third incident from Chrisland school. Lagos state government has shot Chrisland school because of a pupil's death. Investigations ongoing at Chrisland. Okay, cash squeeze as rejection of old Naira notes spreads. Many Nigerians are rejecting the old Naira notes. The banks are not dishing out money, no money in the ATM. It is something that people are crying out, that people are rejecting the old Naira notes. Banks await fresh directives from CBN. Banks are not functioning as it's supposed to. They are waiting fresh directive from the CBN. POS operators defy CBN threat on charges. Association gives reasons. Naira black market booms as more banks branches close. Naira black market booms as more bank branches close. Okada riders, petrol stations, others sell their Naira. Okada riders, petrol stations are selling the Naira notes to POS operators. New note scarcity persists. We have made our recommendations, Customers Association. Naira redesign. Stop economic chaos. NECA urges federal government. Old notes deadline. Governors direct Attorney General to review suit at Supreme Court. Desperate propaganda can't derail our momentum. That is Obidati. Let's look at other reports. CBN to court. Returning old notes will encourage vote buying and kidnapping. CBN to court saying that returning the old notes will encourage vote buying and kidnapping. That means they might not want to heed to the voice of reason from the governors and the Security Council that the old and new Naira notes will come together. They are saying that we cannot, at this point in time, return the old Naira note because if you encourage vote buying and kidnapping. Yes, okay. Read that on Vanguard this morning. Tinubu lists 6 ways out of the current sufferings. Yes, Tinubu has listed 6 ways out of the current sufferings. Page 27 of the Vanguard newspaper, you can read that up. PDP urges Tinubu APC to stop punishing Nigerians. Bandits kill DPO, 4 other policemen in Niger. Bandits kill DPO, 4 other policemen in Niger. Turkey, Syria earthquake. Deaths exceed 28,000. 28,000 in Turkey, Syria earthquake. United Nations expects toll to double. United Nations expects toll to double. There was an architect that was interviewed. He said the reasons for the collapse is not really the earthquake. It's because of the bad building architecture. Bad building architecture. That's what the architect said. That the reasons for the earthquake is not. There are some buildings that will withstand earthquake, but yet many of those buildings are being built without considering the eventuality of that disaster. Desperate propaganda can't derail our momentum, Obidasi. Remember, they were attacked on Saturday. I had 4 injured, buses attacked, the supporters attacked in Aja, Adeniji, and other areas of Lagos. So propaganda cannot derail our momentum. That is Obidasi. Let's look at confusion as Nigerians reject old Naira notes. I know Masichi Gozie will not reject old Naira notes. I know Mr. Kunle will not reject. Are you going to reject old Naira notes?
I still have it on my. I still have old Naira.
They are rejecting old Naira notes.
No, we are going to quench their swagger.
Okay. Some Supreme Court order. Governors urge federal government CBN to listen to voice of reason. Direct state agents to join suit at Epes Court. ATM empty. New notes remain scarce after CBN's deadline. Families are starving. Families are starving. ATMs empty. New notes remain scarce after CBN. It is somebody that has money in the bank that will be talking about going to get money from the ATM. It is people that have money in the bank. Fuel stations flout federal government directive, insist on cash payments. Fuel stations are insisting on cash payment. Tinubu will win reverse convincingly, APC polls, okay? On coup, invite Fani Kayode to explain allegation. Article tells DSS and police. Church GO, theology student arrested over Dubai bound men. Okay, that's it. I have okay.
Yeah, I've spoken to the comrade.
No, I know you didn't speak to him.
No,
he was asking a question.
No, it's my comrade. Comrade, it's only for you.
They are rejecting the old Naira note and you have it here.
See, there is confusion in the land. The president is confused. The Supreme Court is confused. The governors is confused. Everywhere there is confusion, everywhere. I'm just coming from one of the banks, leading bank. I went with one of my great colleagues too. If he permit me to call his name, I can call his name. Mr. Kunle. Do you know we were shocked that only FCMB in the whole of Ogba is paying to FCMB Bank. And the maximum amount they are paying is 6,000 Naira to people that owns money.
Only FCMB is paying.
Only FCMB. Is that not a slap? I have a bank, First Bank, Zenith Bank. For the past 2 weeks now, I have not been able to get into the bank. I have access to my cash. And this thing is affecting us. It's affecting me.
Any other bank will not be able to.
No bank is working apart from FCMB. We went to Eco Bank. Eco Bank, there is no money.
Of course, you expect there's no money because Central Bank has not really released money into the system.
The question is this: what is the work of the CBN? The work of the CBN is to give money to the commercial banks. They are the Apex Bank, bankers to the bankers.
Continue.
So we are quite surprised. What is Emefiele doing? What is Emefiele doing? What are the MDs of the bank doing? We cannot continue in this state of confusion. My brother, we are under pressure. The wait is this: there may not be election in 2023.
INEC said yesterday they are ready for the elections. The elections are going to go on.
I said there may not be election in 2023. I stand to be corrected on this platform.
We have campaign going up and down, rally going up and down. You are saying there will not be election.
I said there may not be election in 2023. Without what is happening.
Okay, let's move on. So now the Central Bank governor has said if they release the old Naira notes, there will be vote buying and kidnapping. What concerns
the CBN governor with vote buying? He left his primary responsibility to ensure that all the banks has money. What concerns him? Leave politics for the politicians. First, the bank. I am quite surprised why Emefiele that was the MD of Zenith Bank. Look at all the old Zenith Bank. Former MD of Zenith Bank. Look at all the old Zenith Bank. I am quite surprised. I am quite surprised. Emefiele should, if he's not ready, he should resign.
Federal government. Now there's a meeting, Security Council met together, and they provide solution to the issue. But the president has not spoken. You know, the Central Bank governor and the president, they are working hand in hand.
Sister, Mr. Christian, Emefiele should resign. Emefiele should. Anybody that is supporting this thing is benefiting. He's benefiting from it. He's benefiting. He's benefiting from it. My brother, you give me cash. Give me cash.
Because you said this policy was the best thing for me.
That was then. That was then.
You said this is the best policy.
That was then. Let me tell you, my bank has been closed for 2 weeks.
When I came here 2 weeks ago.
My bank, listen. Let me tell you. Listen to me. Let me tell you the truth. I have to speak my mind.
When Tinubu spoke up, he said he wants to buy.
I am not going to that level. I am not going to that level. I am talking about my money. I am not talking about political money. Tinubu is crying about political money. Tinubu is crying about political money. I am talking about my money. For the past how many days, I have not been. First Bank, Zenith Bank, have not been able to open. They charge exorbitant rates. If you want to collect 5,000, they will say 800. There is confusion in the land.
The banks are holding the money. That is according to the Central Bank governor. They give money to banks.
What is the work of the CBN?
Regulate. They regulate.
To regulate and checkmate.
No, they regulate. They don't investigate. They don't arrest. They don't prosecute. But it is the EFCC.
So why is the money not? Why is the money not available? Why is the money not available? Why is the money not available?
Banks are holding the money.
Why? Let me tell you the truth. My take is very simple. My take is very simple. Give us our money.
Okay, let's talk about Saturday Labour Party rally. You saw what happened. What's your take?
My take is just that what happened on Saturday means that the They are afraid. They never expected that crowd. They never expected. They never expected that crowd. They never expected what that thing has to do. But I just want to thank that intimidation will not stop people from voting who are going to vote for Obi.
Okay.
No intimidation will stop them.
Okay. What's your advice? You say there may not be elections.
There may not be election.
So if there isn't elections,
The president told us, he said within 7 days. Within 7 days. And today has passed more than 7 days.
No, we are waiting for February 15th Supreme Court. Shoot.
We don't have a Supreme Court any longer, my brother. We don't have any Supreme Court. Supreme Court gave a judgment, and Malami and Co said they don't have the judicial. Are you not aware of it? They said they don't have the jurisdiction.
Okay.
There is confusion in the land. There is a lot of gugaga in the land.
Okay. Thank you very much. Good morning. Yes, Abiodun Jago Street. Good morning, Master Chigozi.
Yeah, please let there be decorum.
Yeah, Nigerians are still complaining about the situation of the country.
Of what?
The country.
Yeah, good morning to my esteemed fans. This is a new week, and I hope God's blessings will be upon us all.
Okay, confusion as Nigerians reject the old Naira notes. ATM empty, new notes remain scarce after CBS deadline. Families are starving.
Yeah, why? Because they are trying to be apprehensive because of the position of the CBN, and since the CBN have not reviewed its positions or monetary policy in respect to this Naira redesign, so everybody is trying to play safe, and you don't have to blame them because the apex body have not given any direction where they are going. And as much as that continues, people will be more confused and disillusioned because they don't know what next to do. And if you have to pile up those old monies in your hands, you might end up, of course, having to lose, and that may not go down well. What is the sense of exchanging something that has perhaps lost its legal tender status? So I think this informed the uncertainty and the fears that have gripped the Nigerian populace or the masses.
What do you expect the CBN should have done by now?
Well, nothing different than, of course, to chart a way forward, to give direction, so that people will actually know where this will take them, step-by-step engagements. And that is unfortunate. Why? Because the CBN are not doing what they should do in terms of reorientation, carrying the public along in their policies, and the next step they should take. Yes, after the expiration of the deadline, they should have come up to tell Nigerians what next to do. Of course, I heard MFLS say that the old money will only be remitted via the CBN and not through the, of course, commercial banks. And that heightened the tension within the commercial or economic space. So that's why people are apprehensive and, of course, confused and bewildered. Or if you want to use the word, perplexed over this monetary policy.
Okay, returning the old cards will encourage banditry, kidnapping and vote buying. That's what CBN told us. Returning old notes will encourage vote buying and kidnapping.
Returning what?
The old notes
Yes.
will encourage vote buying and kidnapping.
What that in as much as that may not be totally dismissed, and to some extent, of course, might not be true. Where you have the bandit displaying even the new notes. So what is the guarantee that if the MFLA or the central bank is claiming that the redesign of the Naira note was to combat or fight terrorism and insurgency, man, it simply means that that objective has failed in its inception. Because you see, as far as November last year, the bandits were displaying millions of Naira of the new notes. So that argument is baseless and unfounded. Be that as it may, I understood that those who have spied up the old Naira notes for the past 7 years, of course, will suffer the loss of losing those money. That's why they are pushing against against all odds to make sure that they force, of course, the CBN to accept the continued use of the old notes. So, which I will not subscribe. I will not encourage the CBN to succumb. Those who have spied up the treasuries of this country with a bid of circumventing or stealing the electoral or mandates of the people should be frustrated if that is their bid to take power by all means. So CBN should not subscribe, and every lover of humanity should, for the first time, work to ensure there's a level of fairness and transparency. Of course, let people be allowed to make their choice for the first time in the history of Nigeria.
Okay, let's look at other reports here. The Labour Party rally on Saturday was marred with violence.
Well, I think that is much anticipated, but the unfortunate thing is that the security operatives weren't proactive in their actions. I think they should foresee the possibility of the obedient movement being attacked, being that they found themselves within a system where, of course, some group of politicians believe they can take it by force. They can lord it over to the people. You can see even traditional rulers have been compromised. The ballet of Ibara, Jakonde or so, threatening the residents within his domain that anyone who do not vote to his choice candidate, will be killed or forced out of the region or made to lose whatever he has inquired. You can imagine a ballet threatening the Nigerian citizens. And by now, I expect that ballet should have been picked up and be squeezed by the intelligent, by the DSS and all that. How can you be conditioning the masses, the supposed citizens? Is, of course, according to Nigerian constitution, Section 39 allows people to have right to their own opinion and express their own political, opinion and affiliation. So I don't see reason why some group of people should continue to intimidate, subjugate their fellow supposed citizens and get away with that. This man should be cooling behind the bars and be made to face the wrath of the law should anybody attack within those domains. So the military or the security operative they have shown once again that they are not prepared, of course, to secure the life of the electorate in the coming election. If only campaign, you only know that this is just one people campaigning for the day. There are not adequate security operatives to protect the life of those electorate, which are, of course, part of the Nigerian citizen. Then that shows my people do say na agwa on Nakreka.
Thank you very much, Mercy. Thank you for your contribution. There's a video that came up in the southeast. Some guys are saying there is no election, there will be no election. I don't know if you saw that video.
No, I don't think I have come across the video, but their opinion may not have been, of course, informed without some very critical reasons. If they said there were no elections, under what basis? You have seen the video. So what was their argument or concern for making that assessment?
Video, some guys with the flag, the Biafra flag, chanting in the streets.
Okay.
No election, no election, no election, no election. We know the IPOB, headed by Moneka, said there won't be election in the southeast if Nnamdi Kanu is not released.
I think that you said you saw them with a placard and the display of the Biafran flag. Do you cite any AK-47 or 48 among them? Okay, that means that this is a peaceful demonstration to express their grievances, of course, their opinion, which was captured, enshrined in the Nigerian constitution, that every individual found within the Nigerian territory has a right to his own opinion and to express his opinion. I think that is what they are doing, to call the attention of the concerns and everybody that is concerned that they have nagging issues. There are fundamental and critical issues that must, of course, be brought to fore to reconsider and redetermine, of course, the continuity of the Nigerian space or Nigeria as a nation. When those vital issues have been neglected, then you are calling for the Hiroshimas and Nagasaki's of our time. And the people should listen to them, since you said in the video that there was no one bearing arms. There's no one threatening the peace or intending to disrupt the peace and unity of course, of the peace of the masses of the public within the southeastern region. But unfortunately, you will see some political elites, of course, who are driven by, of course, selfish greed and the bid to perpetrate themselves within the corridor of power, seizing such opportunity to unleash mayhem under the disguise of IPOB. Okay. IPOB, as I know, I have made investigations and my findings, there are people who pursue their, of course, opinions and political rights or beliefs through diplomatic means. As you have confirmed through the video that went viral, that they were not bearing arms. There's no display of course, any chaos within them, but they are just walking through within the street, demonstrating their grievances, that should be, of course, a reconsideration over the marginalization, subjugation, and the sidelining of the Eastern people in the Nigerian affair or in the Nigerian project, which, of course, is an issue of great concern. And beside that, the detention or continued illegal detention of their apex leader, Ohamadike Nnamdi Kanu, of course, who have been detained over 1 year, of course, having been renditioned in the most dishonoring manner, should be considered. I think this informs their major concern for calling for the boycott of the election that is just less than 12 days ahead of our time.
Thank you very much. God bless you. I have a what is happening?
Hey, Power.
What is happening?
Oh, you know, you don't understand now. You know, see for Facebook. We Abbas. The culture I give to Kwaibu.
You give some Kwaibu.
Yeah.
Eyo is in Lagos State.
I cancel this one.
Eyo is in Lagos State.
This is Oyayabasi, not Eyo.
Eyo is in Lagos State.
Lagos State have Eyo. We have Oyayabasi.
Yes, such resemblance.
Yeah, it just be what I wear white, we can't fight.
So let's look at what's happening in Nigeria
Thank
today.
you.
Confusion.
Yeah.
There's confusion in the country.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nigerians are rejecting the old Naira notes.
Okay.
CBN governor adamant, federal government adamant. So what is happening? You cannot access the money.
Now what happened is this. The CBN now said that the old 1,500 Naira shut down. Shut it down. Bring 200 out. Now 200 will start to rent. Does that mean? To shut down the position that hide the money. They hide money bastard.
They hide with money.
Oh God, they hide old money back die. You know see what happened to this guy? To a governor of Kogi State. He went cry. You need to understand what is going on. Buhari is finishing them. Tell them, say, bring that money out. Where you keep the money, keep. All of them spoil.
So with that they are doing, it's affecting Nigerians.
They affect you. Have patience, small.
Patience.
Yes.
I should have patience.
Yes, have patience. In a few days, have patience.
If I ask you to buy something, will you buy?
Brother, we got time back. Have patience, bro.
No, I need money.
I endorse this man. I love him. Buhari is a man. Have patience for a while. We have 2 days. First, second. Money don't flow in
the hospitals. People that don't have cash to
they
settle
go
their
pay
bills.
for what?
Banks are not collecting transfer. People are
Thank
dying.
you. Wait,
in the
listen to me.
hospital.
Listen to me. The federal government instructed transaction move forward now. Fast. Do transaction, go. No shaking. We are free. We are tired of stealing.
Many people will not support what you are saying.
No, you cannot see the way I see. I'm Buhari. Inside Buhari, I live inside. I'm the one that rule inside Buhari. I'm the one that rule inside Buhari.
Who are you?
You don't understand, it's mystery.
You are bringing mystery for here. I don't understand mystery. Who are you?
I rule inside Buhari.
Who are you?
I teach him what to do. All the pain, listen. All the evil. Buhari you cannot keep him under my government. As I try, and you see the money, I go destroy that money for you. You know see what happened? American governor joined this money. All of them go join. To fight Buhari. The money is spoiled. The money is spoiled. Spoil the money for them. We are tired.
Even Nigerians are dying. They should continue with the...
Ross, listen to me. You know how much money governor steal? You know how much politicians steal for Nigeria? Okay, how many do you sign? In any country that signed up the children before? You know how many we signed for Nigeria? Children, nobody see 1 naira. Where is it? Destroy the money. We are going home.
Home where?
Oh, home of Nigeria. Nigerian home is coming back home. No be home be this.
We have the APC, we have the PDP.
We are going home.
NFPP.
CBN is giving us home. We don't tire. CBN is giving us home. This is not home. We are suffering in our home. We are going home now.
Okay, on Saturday we have the Labour Party. They were attacked.
All Labour Party, PDP, Labour, and all party must what subdue to the power of what the gods.
Is that why they attacked Labour Party?
It is the Labour Party can wait for Lagos. They hate them.
They hate what?
It is that they like them.
I don't understand.
You don't know what's going on. They moved from where? From Alaba International. What? To relate to TBS. They started the attack. Because why? They jealous the way they see crowd. They jealous the way they see crowd for Peter Obi. They jealous. Start the attack. Guys, you don't know what's going on. No one of them will go.
Do you support the attack?
You don't support the attack for where? You don't need to attack anybody. Their jealousy empty.
Envy of what?
Empty of crowd that put up Peter Obi to win the election. And about envy, they talk start up. You did attack. You see, they're not a real person. Now talk, attack.
That talks attack.
Now you boys attack those guys now. Because maybe Turumbu. Because maybe Turumbu. If Turumbu could have been that crowd, they could have jubilated. It's over.
Are you saying APC as a party is responsible for the attack on the Labour Party?
Not the APC as a party. The hungry and bad and traversing the Yoruba youth attack. How can you go and get this kind of crowd for Lagos? The crowd was too much now. That was too much.
How do you rate the performance of the police looking at that attack?
Police is police. They try to arrest, bring calm, but what is done is done. You don't understand? Now what we did for now is that hope for new Nigerian come. Hope for new transformation come. You understand me? what we call the party, GPN. Now all this will subdue to nothing. Now GPN what? As a coming, that's the last government before GPN take over.
Okay, CBN has said that they would not, returning the old notes will encourage vote buying and kidnapping.
Now that is why they said shut down 1,500. See, government know what they are doing. If government want to take it, they will take it. If government they lack, they will be. Government said the old note means you want to buy it. They know you, they must use it and buy back. Now shut down that note. So shutting down that note, now make us to happy today. Because Buhari do, even they don't do anything, make him do this one.
Make you know.
Even they don't do anything for 8 years.
Listen to anybody.
No, do this one. Do this one, Buhari, do it.
Till when? Till when?
Till first and second.
China like this, we go to do.
I'm coming. Till first and second and third of March. It's over.
Nigerians cannot withstand it.
Don't worry, we will stand. I don't have CC on my pocket, but I will stand. I talk with both. 1 Naira, okay. I can't cash, but I will stand. I go drink Gary.
So what's your advice to Nigerians?
Drink Gary, manage. Go get it. Yeah, don't worry about how long.
If you have money, can you buy Gary?
Listen to me. We need to understand something. You will not fight, you can't win.
If you have money, can you buy
If
Gary?
you say that Ongi don't catch me, you fall. Ongi don't catch me, you fall. You can't win.
Can you? Do you have money to buy Gary?
Listen. If Gary is a bag, no matter how it be, since Barry is very good thing, God must surely supply. Small thing, we're not going to be as we want to, but God must surely supply for us to manage it. We must win this thing.
Okay, thank you very much, Ubong.
Yeah.
GPN.
Good people.
GPN.
Good people.
GPN.
Good people.
Good people.
Nigeria.
Thank you very much. I have a look, Mr. Kogodem.
Yeah,
Mr. Kogodem.
yeah, that's a coconut.
Okay, let's move on.
Shall we pray? In Jesus' name. Our Heavenly Father, God Almighty, I thank thee, I praise you, I magnify your name for your goodness, for your favor, for your mercy in our life. I thank thee for keeping us alive. I thank thee on behalf of all our fans all over the world for keeping them alive, for give them good health, for give them the heart to listen unto us. Father, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. I thank you on behalf of Philip TV, who made it possible for us to have avenue like this to speak out. Father, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. I thank you on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu, whom you keep alive up to these days. No matter what he's passing through, he is not forsake him. Lord, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. I thank you on behalf of Simon Egba, the real disciple of Nnamdi Kanu, and the coordinator of IPOB Autopilot. I thank you on his behalf. I thank you on behalf of all the Autopilot group, Omada Autopilot, ESN Autopilot, and sponsors of Autopilot. I thank you on their behalf.
You know, we have few minutes.
I thank you, oh Lord God Almighty, on behalf of Sunday Bohu, Amateku, and Oduwa Republic. Father, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. I thank you, Lord God Almighty, even keeping Nigeria, even have not swallowed us completely. Father, be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. I thank you for all our fans that supported us on what we are doing. Be praised, be magnified in Jesus' name. Amen. I am Mr. Okpara, the new Okokondem in this Republic of Biafra. Live Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB, government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Ganduje shot supermarket over his refusal to accept the old notes. The governor shot supermarket over refusal to accept the
You see, Ganduje have rights.
Even the Zamfara state governor arrest anyone that refuses to accept
Yes,
the old
because that is states they are controlling.
But the Supreme Court, the federal government, CBN has a policy. CBN controls the monetary policy. A policy, don't accept the old notes.
Yes. Ganduje and Zamfara governor, they have rights to stop people because that's their own state. That's the state they are heading. That's the state.
This is a federal system.
I'm coming. That's the state. They achieve security. Now, it's not for federal government to invoke their veto power over them. But what they do, they acted at the head of that very particular state. Justification, they are controlling. That's what I'm saying. Now, it's not for federal government and CBN to take action against their own action. That's what I'm saying. Now, this to prove to you that there are some people that let me put it, untouchable. The Zamfara governor, Kano governor, they are trying to prove that they are untouchable.
They took the federal government to court, Supreme Court.
Then what the Supreme Court said? Now, have they gone to High Court? Have they gone to Magistrate Court? Have they gone to High Court? Have they gone to Appeal Court before they jump to Supreme? Have they done those process? Or can you just rise up and jump to Supreme? This is to show you the system of Nigeria. There are some people that are above the law. There are some people that are below the law. Now, the step those two governors took in the north, they took the bold step to prove that they are in charge of those states. Can any governor of Eastern Nigeria, can any governor of Southeast, mostly Southeast, do that type of step? Now they did it to protect their own state, to make people not to suffer, to make people to move on until the new money is fully circulated. But the people in this, the Igbo governors cannot do that type of step to defend their people, to save their people. They'll be fearing, worshipping, going, subjecting themselves. This is why we are having chaos in Eastern states. Because our governors have not taken any full step to protect us as these people doing the full step to protect the common people in Kano and the Katsina, and the Zamfara. Because what they are doing now is to work in the favor of common people, of their own state. They will break the federal government and the CBM law. But what they are doing is to save the life of the common people in their state. Can Imo, Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, Delta, can they do it? Can Akwa Ibom can do it? Rivers can do it. Bayelsa cannot do it. Cross River cannot do it. Imo, Abia, Ebonyi, Enugu cannot do it. It's only Cross River.
Where are you going now?
I'm going that if these people can take this bold step to knock federal and the CBN out, why can't our people take the boldness to knock some certain government policy, some certain Allah policy that is destroying our land? Why can't our people take bold step like this and ban the cattle rearing, helps to clean our people in our own land?
No, some governors do that in the south.
Which governor in Southeast do it? Who? No, I'm talking of Southeast, not the South as a whole.
That's the Enugu State governor.
But they're killing. Which Enugu State governor? What did he do? That's the big bagot.
There's no, it is your governor.
Governor of Enugu State is a crying woman. The one that went to Abuja begin to cry. Or didn't do so? Did he not do so? Crying woman. What did he do when people are killing? They are killing people in Ohamufu, killing people in other area. They are in our IGP camp now, and they will campaign, come and vote for me. Let me see that animal. We go to and vote in Southeast. Let me see that animal, that fool.
No, don't. They have their rights.
I say,
everybody has his own decision.
Okay, Christian. Christian.
To vote or
that
not
very day.
Vote.
That very day. Carry camera. We follow you.
Would you force people not to vote?
Listen. That very day. Carry camera. Let us go.
If you
in
like,
Southeast.
Don't come out. Don't force another person not to come out.
I'm not forcing them not to come out. But anybody that come outside to vote for this present election in Southeast is an animal.
No.
Because you don't have sense. No. Nothing is upset. No, another question. Throw me another question.
No. Okay.
Throw me another question.
There's no cash. CBN says the reason why they told CBN, our federal government, allow the old and new Naira notes to exist together. CBN has said that if we allow this, returning the old notes will encourage vote buying and kidnapping.
Continue with the old note.
Yes, we encourage vote buying and kidnapping.
Who said so?
The CBN.
Now lie. For this one they fell.
If you return the old notes, it will encourage.
I said for this one they fell. To encourage the old note. What of the new note that is already in the hand of kidnappers? Who are the money to get it? The old note.
It will not be easy.
Listen. The new note. The new note that is already the hand of the kidnappers, in the hand of herdsmen, in the hand of terrorists. How those bulk of money managed to enter their hand, that new note, from where it come from? And if you see that new note, it had the CBN bandings. Where did they get it? From what bank? And the CBN trying to tell me there's a new, not much note. Now lie for that one, they say they are completely failure on this one. Whether new note or old note, if kidnapper want to kidnap, they will kidnap. Now see what they are doing. Kidnapper will kidnap now. And when you carry old note, they will say no, we don't want old note. Take you to go and buy food items. Bring so amount of food items. Then they release a person to you. Are they not kidnapping?
So now you are saying that there will be election in the southeast.
I said there will be no election in
What
southeast.
if there's election?
I have told you before that unless God in heaven, Almighty Father Yahweh, use Simon Ekpa and his auto ballot group to stop the election. Unless God to touch them to back out. But if God did not touch them to back out, if God is still with them, they will stand and do election in Biafra land.
Do they have the capacity?
Who?
Do they have the capacity?
Who has the capacity?
Do they have the capacity?
Yes, they have the capacity. They have the capacity, not with gun and bullets, not with bow and arrow, but the enlightenment they give to the people. By the grace of Almighty God, they will understand it. Because God has seen the suffering of Biafrans. God has seen the neglection of Biafrans. God has heard the cry of Biafran. When Moses was in wilderness, training Jethro sheep, God called him and told him, I have heard the crying of my people. Because the marginalization, because of the suffering, they are suffering in the hand of Egypt. Now, Moses, go and lead my people out of the land of Egypt. God have heard the crying of Biafrans. God have seen the determination of Biafrans. God have seen the pains of Biafrans. Therefore, God is raising men to go and liberate Biafra out of Nigeria. Any other question? Any other question? God. Eh? I am Mr. Kwadedi Okokondem. In this second Republic of Biafra, live Amazing Damdekala and his happy open government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Old Republic. Long live Old Republic. Biafra be restored in Jesus' name. Biafra be restored in Jesus' name. Omo Biafra. Omo Biafra. Onara Hawanora. Onye ndị ọrụ gburu na-eche ndị nche mgbe niile. Simon Ekpa ara Hawanora. Jesus. Nnamdi Kanu, God bless you and bring you out in Jesus' name. Amen. I'm going to Biafra. Amen and amen and amen. Thank you for allowing me to do it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, what is happening? What is happening?
Yeah.
I need the new Naira note.
See, in fact, what I'm having here, I don't know. It's still the same old Naira notes, you know? No, the same 1,000 old notes is what I'm still having here. Anyway, good morning, good people, good morning. A blessed week today. Today is Valentine's Eve. I love you all. And so doing, today, doubles has to be my birthday. Today marks a milestone from 1 for me today. Thank you very much. It's good to see you people. It's good to be here. It's good to talk about Nigeria and know what is going on in our country.
Yeah, happy birthday, my brother.
Thank you, brother.
If you don't know, we grew together
from scratch.
Yeah.
From scratch. From the trenches, though. But we are moving up now.
It's my guy. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Confusion as Nigerians reject old Naira notes.
Yes, because nobody knows where the situation is leading us to. Just last week when they pronounced this judgment from the Supreme Court, the Attorney General himself was also saying that they are not going to respect the ruling, but because of rule of law sake, and other CSOs were also saying they are not going to abide by the rule because they don't know. It's only Buhari that has the veto power to come and speak. And the Buhari we are talking about have not said anything. So what are we going to say? We are in pandemonium right now. Everybody is in state of confusion.
line of action from the government.
Have you experienced this ever before?
Oh, no, ever. Nobody has ever experienced this. But I know, we said something last week. Atiku said it, the oppositions, they said it. Kwankwaso, Atiku and Obi. I don't know why the ruling party are the ones fighting themselves in disguise of they are trying to monitor what is going on. They said that this policy is the best policy in curbing vote buying and election malpractices. So I see no reason why the ruling power are crying foul.
CBN to court, returning old notes will encourage vote buying and kidnapping.
Good. We just said it. And for me, it is one of the best Nigeria will ever get. If you allow the old notes, that means you are encouraging vote buying, and that means you are encouraging kidnapping and other terrorism. And I'm sure the Zamfara, the Kaduna, and the Kogi that took the federal government to court, they've been accused concerning terrorism some time ago that they are aiding and abetting terrorism. And I know at this point, let me tell you, Buba Galadima said something that they know that one governor from Northwest is having over 22 billion naira old notes in his house, stockpiled in his house. And we know, he said, that governor decided to take the government to court so that he will be able to have chance to make use of that money for the 2023 election. We know who that governor is, but he said they don't want to whistle blow the situation. But I know everybody knows what is going on, and I know the wrong people who are doing all these things. They are trying to find their way. Let me tell you, a drowning man will never fold his hand and drown. He always want to fight to struggle in his way out. But so do it, you drown. A drowning man is always a drowning man.
Saturday rally, it was mad with violence.
Yes, we all know that currently the ruling party in Lagos State are feeling jittery. You know, because what is going on is a movement of emancipation. Fela said this some times ago, movement of the people. You can never stop the movement. Anything called movement is what people really accept. And I see no reason why. If you know that your candidate is the best, if you know that you are not buying vote and all that, if you know you are not doing something fishy and criminalistic, why would you want to be attacking other people? You were not attacked in Anambra, you were not attacked in Imo, you were not attacked in Ebonyi, you were not attacked in Akwa Ibom. In fact, your candidate went there and insulted the governor who gave them the state facilities for them to campaign, and you couldn't even do that in Lagos, but yet you decided to attack peaceful citizens who want to go and campaign for who they feel is their choice. You don't force candidates on people. You have to allow the people to have their own way of doing their own thing and their choice. Respect the choice of the people. The masses are the people, and the people are the masses. You cannot change it. And if they want to go the other way, trust me, you won't be able to stop them. And I'm telling you categorically clear that the movement will move to the point where you yourself will be forced to join the movement.
What will you advise an ordinary Nigerian that doesn't have money and can't access money?
Please, be patient. Like I was saying this the other time, I said, it's not really the cash scarcity is the problem. The problem, I know, is the fuel scarcity. The ordinary man wants to move, but because the prices are high, they start thinking that getting this money will also be a problem. But I tell you, the CBN and the NNPC, federal government, and other related bodies are getting it right. As you can see, if I'm not mistaken, the fuel crisis is beginning to come down gradually, which I know about. And I heard NNPC said they have over 1.3 billion liters. And they don't want to release it just like that, because a lot of people with their what they call this fuel subsidy, whatever, that is what is causing the problem, the real problem. And the federal government are tired of paying that fuel subsidy. We had a lot of problems, but they don't want to say it. But they just have to live with it. And that's why they are bringing it back to the masses. But I implore the NNPC and the related bodies to please try and do it right. But for the cash policy, kudos to CBN. You are getting it right. Keep the fight until the last. You will never fail Nigerians. Okay, thank you very much, my brother.
I have Mr. Kunle. Mr. Kunle, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Happy New Week.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Valentine Eve. Do you celebrate Valentine?
Nobody, the cash crump has even overwhelmed the Valentine. Nobody is talking of Valentine now. It's only when you have money in your pocket that we'll be thinking of Valentine. So don't let us be childish on that way. Nigerians don't even look at Valentine now. Even with no cash, with cash in their hand, it's the election everybody is focusing on now. You know, so those days of Valentine has passed. When we were still kids, you know, we celebrate, we go to Leeds, we go to, you know. So for now, an average Nigerian doesn't even know whether Mr. Valentine has hit the country, now. You know, so there's nothing for me to celebrate about Valentine.
As to who is going to collect the vote, whether it is acceptable, the voter notes. In some states, some governors have said if you don't receive the voter notes, we arrest you. That is Afra State. Kano State governor shut a supermarket because they refuse to collect the voter notes. But the CBN policy is saying that it is not acceptable.
You see, the way that CBN governor is trending, I don't know whether he will not land himself in jail any moment he leave that post. Mark my word. Mark my word. You can't be punishing millions of citizens, and you think you go scot-free when you leave that GC post you have, right? Thank God the brother of his buttressed it. What's this guy called? This guy with glasses that came not too long. He buttressed it. Even his own bank that is left being shut down. But we have smaller banks on island there that were formed like some few years ago. They were pumping out cash. They are functioning. They are
consistently giving out
cash to those, you know. So the way it is, a Emefiele policy, a good policy, but the implementation time he put on it is just all about punishing the masses. Because when two elephants fight, it's the grass that will suffer, right? He's talking of politicians. Politicians are made. They have the money that they will spend to the rest of their life. If they don't, they have it in dollars. They have it in Naira. The politicians have been practicing, you know, what's it called? The cashless policy. It's a long time ago. Why suddenly you just threw that bullet and you set that bullet straight at the masses? And he's not thinking that his family, in extended family, and in the village, in what's that village called? That's around Delta area. I know his village. I passed through his village when I was going to Benin the other time. I passed through his village. It never did me fit. Mr. Hello. Where's that your state? Where's that your place? Delta where? Agbo. He never think of in Agbo, in his Agbo. Where? No, I've excused you. Sorry, I've excused you. Emefiele never did me fit that people are suffering it in his Agbo town. And the blind people, majority of them who are obedient, they want this country to destroy so that they will.
Obedient want the country to destroy.
Obedient, that is it. We could see them with their lousy mouths. They start abusing. And they know nothing. They know nothing on ground. And I bet to say, I called all of them out for debate. Let me call them out for debate. They know nothing about what is going on presently. Do you want to tell me the Agbo people are not being punished with this CBN policy? Nigerian general, I'm just even talking of charity begins at home. What do you think they'll be talking about Agbo to Emefiele?
If we allow the old and new Naira note to exist, it will encourage buying and kidnapping.
Why didn't Emefiele implement that policy when there was boom of ransom payment to the Boko Haram, to the Fulani S-men, killer S-men? Why didn't he implement that policy as of that time? You know, just look at it. You say it's because of politicians. Which politician? Do you see politicians queuing in the bank? Do you see them queuing up? I think that guy should reason. I think he's the most callous person I've ever seen on earth. He's the most callous person.
I think he was in tandem with the president.
Where's the president? Does the president know anything about economy? God does
You did it before in
It's the eyepiece. It's the eyepiece. But 1984, we did not suffer what we're suffering there. I could witness it. And I told you then,
military regime.
it was a military, but they had civilians. They had civilians as Minister for Finance. They had civilians as Minister for Finance. So that policy affected my family. I will tell you. And I told you, and I want to tell you all over again, that my father was about to bury my grandfather, and he flew in from Cote d'Ivoire, get it to airports. The money he calculated, the amount of money he calculated to exchange the money for, got shot. And he has to muzzle the pressure and managed to do, but it wasn't so hard like this. I think I was still young then, and I could be able to, understand what is going on, reconnect to what is going on there. So to me, that MFLA is the problem of Nigeria now. It is the problem because we want people to shift the lapses of the government of Buhari to his head now, and people have succeeded doing that now. To me, MFLA is number one problem of this country, as we are.
Let's move on. The Labour Party rally was mad with violence. Some thugs attacked some of the supporters. People are saying it's APC, it's APC. What do you have to say about that?
Don't you have PDP? Don't you have PDP in Lagos? Don't you have MPP, what's it called? NMPP. So everything is APC. And I'm telling you, the most violent people, the most people that yaps, that abuse, that insult, they are the obedient family. Wait. Abuse, insults bring a lot of crisis, bring a lot of clashes. The way these people talk to people, even on their social media, TV here, disobedient people. Everybody talk, when people are complaining about your supporters, and they are the one that will kill the career of this man, they will be the way they talk. They don't talk with decorum. They are just lousy mounted people. It has to. These same people.
Okay, it's because what
they used to say, it may be the retaliation. Let's think wise, man. It may be the retaliation. When you see somebody, when you see, that's why I said it may be. I wasn't there. No. Hey, off your side. I didn't disturb you when you're talking. So what I'm saying is, when somebody comes as a candidate, you started defaming him. You started defaming. How will never support violence? But likewise, you too, have you condemned? Likewise, have you ever condemned the abusive, the volatile, the nonchalant people that abuse it? The Agbero on your social media, have you ever condemned them? The Agberos now? Yes, the Agbero.
Who made you a lawyer in this case?
I said I condemned it, but it's not all about APC they will talk. No, I don't even need to go there. Wait. There's no proof for them, but I said this. I said it that it was. They have how many parties in Lagos? PDP. Did I say it? I said it that it may be PDP. So everything they put it on APC. To me, but if it is APC that did it, it's quite wrong to me. Okay, two wrongs don't make it right.
Who do you suspect may have done it?
I'm not a dictator that will start, the police dictator that will start. Let's give the job to the police.
Okay,
why you? No, don't thank me, man. I don't. See what you want to put me on the spot. That who did I suspect? Obi has a lot of enemies around. Don't you know? You go and verify. You are a journalist. Don't be a lazy journalist. Go and verify. Investigative journalist.
Thank you very much, Mazi. If I tell you, you don't agree. Good morning. Good morning. This one you are wearing, you are talking. Where are you going?
No, I came back from Ibrand TV interview.
Okay, CBN governor, Abi.
Ibrand TV.
With the CBN governor.
I went for Ibrand TV interview.
There's no cash. Confusion. Are we supposed to accept the old Naira note or we should?
Thank you for having me. The issue is there's a court verdict, Supreme Court judge order that says 10th of this month initial deadline by CBN should not be used. But let me quickly say that there was no need for that order. The reason is not far-fetched. Because you have a situation where the hand of CBN and Mr. President is not tied. Because any move they make now with respect to reviewing that policy will be tantamount to disobeying a court order. So I think the best thing to do in the interim is to quickly vacate that order to pave way for CBN and the presidency to tinker with that policy. Okay. Because CBN before now has consistently maintained that the policy is not cast on stone.
that is subject to be reviewed. And we have seen CBN reviewed more than 2 or 3 times. So if that is the case, and Mr. President Abedisho said he should be given 7 days window within which to determine or to resolve the issue. But before the 7 days elapse, the state governor of Zamfara, Kogi, and Kaduna went to the Supreme Court, and the court have not given an order. So the order have not compelled the CBN and the presidency from acting further. So I think it will be in the interest of Nigeria and Nigerian economy for that order to be vacated to allow CBN review the policy.
Okay, since the Supreme Court verdict, what has changed?
And you see, the Supreme Court verdict is now causing confusion. Because we have a situation where some Nigerians have argued that Supreme Court do not have power to give such judgment, ignorantly.
No,
I say ignorant is not judgment. I'll prove my case. Why I say ignorantly is this. Personally, it is irrespective of my opinion. The truth is, once there is a court order, every person is bound to obey it because we are in a constitutional democracy. By the time you start saying it is not supposed to be obeyed, you have a situation where some people will go with federal government, some people will go with the courts. But to subject yourself to the rule of law is what is expected in a democracy like this. Hence, that judgment has been given. And we have seen the statement that came from Malami, the Attorney General of the Federation, that notwithstanding their own position, that they are complying with that order. Because Malami have indicated interest to appeal that order on the ground that CBN is an indispensable party in this suit. And they were not joined as party. I'm coming. Okay. And they were not joined as party in the suit. And such that those 3 states that went to court do not have the power to invoke the jurisdiction of the court to make such order. But even as they maintain that position, they are still bound by the judgment, according to Malami. You were asking what
has changed since the verdict?
What has changed is that it has thrown confusion. I boarded Keke. Yes, I boarded Keke the other day along this college route. The rider was asking me, is the old Naira note still valid? I referred him to the judgment of the Court of Appeal. Most people are not aware to that level. So that is why we should recognize that the judgment of the court is what is binding currently.
I need a yes or no answer. Is the old Naira note still valid?
Yes, going by the judgment of Supreme Court.
And people are rejecting it.
They are running for the constitution of the law.
So they should be prosecuted.
That is what it means. They should. The truth is irrespective of my opinion. I told you my opinion now. That my opinion is that order should be vacated to allow the government review it. The Council of State meeting, the resolution is that the federal government, CBN, if they do not have enough new Naira note, they should recirculate some of the old Naira notes to ease the scarcity.
Okay.
But my opinion is at variance with the judgment. But I cannot say my opinion is superior because the judgment stands until it's set aside.
Okay. CBN to court. Returning the old notes will encourage vote buying, kidnapping.
Let me see where you are reading from. CBN to court. Returning old notes will encourage vote buying, kidnapping. Then it's clear they should make the new Naira note available. Because you cannot deny the fact that there's scarcity of Naira notes, whether the old or new one. And you can see that the respective e-payment platforms have been overwhelmed because of the surge of the number of people trying to access it at the same time. That is why we are experiencing all these network glitches. So in the interim, what you need to do is to inject more new Naira notes. And CBN have consistently said that the banks are the ones sabotaging it. Then we are not satisfied with just telling us that the banks are the ones sabotaging it. What you need to do is to prosecute those bank officials who are sabotaging it. I agree to an extent that the bank officials, commercial bank officials are sabotaging it. Because we have seen EFCC arrested an operation manager of a bank in Abuja who hid about 29 million of the new Naira notes in the bank vote. We have equally seen RFI allege that a governor have in his custody, his possession, 500 million of the new Naira notes. So we have seen evidence, video evidences, pictorial evidences of people spraying this Naira note in parties. So what I'm saying is that CBN ab initio is not proactive enough to nip this sharp practice in the bud. But going forward, they should go to places where they know this money have been diverted, being hoarded, get them arrested, make sure of them, and name and shame them and prosecute them as deterrent to us.
Somebody says that no politician will return the old Naira notes until the CBN hands off.
That is why what I'm saying is this. If you have made sufficient new Naira note available for the commercial banks, and the commercial banks are diverting and holding it, ICPC is there, ESC is there, even police is there, DSS is there. Get to these politicians. Open their private homes. If you have intelligence of where they are hiding it. Was it not even surprising that Buba Galadima alleged that a governor in the north is holding 2 billion of the old Naira notes? So what I'm saying is, all these allegations should not end at the level of allegation. They should be investigated and the culprit should be brought to justice. That is the only way to resolve this type of crisis. Because you cannot blame Nigerians who are willing and ready to accept and abide by the constitution and the policy of CBN. But you cannot deny the fact that the Naira is scarce. So in the interim, as far as I'm concerned, CBN should be more proactive. They should go further in collaborating with security agencies, anti-graft agencies, in arresting and prosecuting these unpatriotic Nigerians who pose as bank officials, bank managers, and are sabotaging the effort of the CBN.
Let's look at what happened on Saturday. Violence that marred the Labour Party rally.
It's quite unfortunate. It's regrettable and it's condemnable in the strongest possible term. And the reason we are seeing the attack is not far-fetched, because we have seen similar attack in the past, and the government, the authorities have not been able to do anything in terms of investigating and prosecuting the culprits. I read a report yesterday that SERAP, Social Economic Rights and Accountability Project, wrote a petition to ICC, asking them to come and commence investigation with respect to election-related violence. And in that report, it was mentioned that from 1st of January 2022 to 3rd of February 2023, over 4,000 cases of election-related violence have been recorded, and over 11,000 fatalities have been recorded. What am I saying? I'm saying that the authorities are not doing anything to arrest and prosecute people who are perpetrating this crime, and that's why we are seeing it festering. And unfortunately, look at what happened in Lagos, like you just said. The reason is not far-fetched, because before now, Nigerians or the major two leading political parties have been going about saying that Labour Party is not on ground, that they only have presence on social media. They were talking about structure, party structure. That to do with government in place, the commissioners, the party ESCO from unit level, ward level, local government level, senatorial level, state level to national level. But they are now beginning to face with the reality that Labour Party is on ground. Because if you see the mammoth crowd at TBS, Tafawa Balewa Square in Lagos here, that last Saturday, is a testimony that Labour Party is on ground. So hence they are now faced with reality that Labour Party is on ground. Not just on social media as they used to think in their brain. They now resort to attack. But we cannot end there. We want to charge the police that have the mandate to arrest and prosecute offenders, to quickly sweep into action, arrest these perpetrators, these miscreants, these hoodlums, these street urchins, and bring them to justice. That's the only way you can stop such obnoxious trend. I heard me saying the other time that it couldn't have been APC. Though I'm not laying accusing finger, I'm not pointing accusing finger. But in Lagos, we know the party that had the capacity for such monumental level of violence,
the party that have the capacity
to unleash such level of monumental violence.
You can tell us about
If you don't know it, go and do your investigation. You're a journalist.
No.
What I'm telling you is that
don't use that to a journalist.
I was sorry. I will have a conversation. If you disagree with me,
You say you know the party.
yes, they have the capacity.
Is it PDP or APC?
Now, Nee was telling me that he couldn't have been APC. And I disagreed with him. Because I told him, I said, here in Lagos, we know the party that has the capacity to unleash that level of mayhem.
Which party?
It's your turn. Come and tell the word. Come and tell the word.
I know your
Okay,
mind.
you know what I know.
I know your mind.
Oh, yeah, tell the word.
Your mind is that you don't want to tell me.
I don't know.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr.
Yeah.
Christian. Good morning.
Yeah.
We're just how many days away
We have 12 days. 12 days.
to the day of reckoning, right?
Yes.
Are you ready for a new Nigeria? Are you ready for a superior revolution?
Renewed hope.
For renewed hope? That's what we are going
Okay,
to.
let's look at the cash policy. That's what is happening.
The cash policy is absolutely a failure. It failed on arrival. If you tell me that you have a policy with bad implementation, that is as good as not even, it's as good as not giving me any policy.
You have said that.
You brought a policy, you did not put into consideration the cons, the possible challenges that you face. Imagine an MFA telling us that he did not anticipate that they will face this challenge. Can you just imagine a stupid CBN governor?
No, a stupid thought, not to be a governor.
A stupid thought coming out from who? Is it coming out from a wise man? MFA said that he didn't anticipate that we will have this challenge. Can you imagine? It's even out of touch.
It's only obedience.
It's out of touch. He did not even carry along. He didn't carry the stakeholders along.
Yeah.
He never had meetings with the stakeholders.
Finance complained.
Which finance?
He did not even put into consideration. He did not put into consideration the infrastructures of our cashless policy. He just said, "Oh yeah, cashless policy, bam."
There are some villages that there are no banks.
See, Zenith Bank. I don't know whether they operate now. I think they're still shut down. Their network don't crash. Is Zenith Bank not the best bank last year, 2022? They won the award. Can you imagine?
I think these are exposed.
And this Zenith Bank happens to be the bank. You know, understand? Emefiele actually worked all his career. I think majority of his career he spent it in Zenith Bank. His mentor happens to be the owner, the founder of Zenith Bank. What a shame! Jimovia. So this policy is absolutely nonsense.
Dead on arrival.
You know, I was watching on news. Obaseki said that Edo is going cashless. I said, Edo is going cashless. All those women selling fishes. Poverty is knocking at their. They will die, yo.
And Edo people protest.
Edo is going cash. Lagos has not gone cashless. Where Edo man for here? Edo wants to go cashless. Edo wants to go cashless. I don't know. Obaseki, who happens to be one of the most low performing governor Edo has ever had. He called Pasuma. He called Whiskey because he wanted to commission street lights. He said, have you forgotten? He commissioned street light. He called Whiskey now. He said Edo is going cashless. You know, let us just be serious with ourselves. This policy was implemented wrongly. And you know what? Tinubu has actually provided a solution. He said, Oga, let us give a space. 6 months to 1 year. Give those banks a timeline. Ensure you all work on your infrastructures. So that by 6 months' time or in 1 year time, realistically, by that time, everything will be enforced. Everything will be what? Enforced. But you know what? You know what?
Ways out of the country.
Yes, now at least 6. He has been bringing solutions. Listen, would you rather want a man that will sell you gloom, doom, disappointment, failure, or a man that will provide solutions? When Tinubu came to Lagos, Eko was drenched. He saw it. He said, this one, every year, federal government, 4 billion. No. He brought consensus. He found people. Let us turn this liability to an asset. Tomorrow, that place is an asset not only to Lagos, to the Federation. The U.S. Embassy, the biggest U.S. Embassy, United States, #1 in the world, their biggest embassy will be built on Lagos soil on an investment led several years by Tinubu. You will be there. You'll be telling me, Obi. One of his legacies. One of the legacies Obi normally says, when I was Anambra governor, I was #1. I told him that when you know that there was something that you did that made Anambra #1. Why didn't you bequeath Why didn't you transfer that knowledge to Obiano? Obiano was your close mentee. Now you carry Obiano go Fidelity Bank. Now you go call Obiano, come cover Anambra. Why didn't you reveal that secret to him? Is that the man? Okay, you expect Obi to come and rule us for probably 4 years, 8 years, and after he leaves, we go back into our suffering. Lagos immediately after Tinubu has been completed. Has been what? Has been what? Is it not progressive? That is a progressive mindset. You need people who have vision.
Somebody asked me a question. He said, Tinubu brought Buhari. Why didn't Tinubu package that policy?
Buhari, I called him 3 times. Is a result of every one of us. Look at this man. Look at this man. Look at you. Look at him. We all voted for Buhari.
I know.
Buhari was a collective error.
For that. Buhari didn't vote for Buhari. It's only Yoruba.
You are not to deny yourself. You are a descendant of Peter. Peter that will deny his father. Listen, he denied his master. This man will carry that. He voted Buhari. You understand? Just hold on. Now, Buhari came on board due to majority votes. Even Tinubu expected Buhari to perform. And I'm going to give credit to Buhari in terms of infrastructure and security revamping. He did that. But economically, he has the most terrible people in that economic section. You cannot deny that.
No, Buhari did not take the advice from Tinubu.
Apparently, in his first tenure, the key people he recommended, Adeosun, this woman, Adeosun, Minister of Finance, very cerebral. What happened? They plotted against her. Look at Oshibanjo. Look at Oshibanjo. He's also very cerebral. Why is Oshibanjo quiet? The 3 months Buhari was away, you know what Oshibanjo did there? You know what they did? They threatened him. Now Oshibanjo is just a lame dog. He cannot even talk. He doesn't do anything. Which day when I hear Oshibanjo talk? Which day when I hear Oshibanjo talk? He cannot do anything. Oshibanjo is cerebral, but he doesn't have the mind. Are you with me? So we are talking about progressive governance, and in the face of progressive governance, revolutions will always happen.
Okay, somebody said the same way Obiano did not get take advice from it.
Obiano, you see, I don't trust Obi's recommendations. I mean, if I want to put them side by side, Tinubu has given us about 4 or 5 recommendations, and I think maybe probably Buhari has only been the one that has been staggering. Okay, but aside that, every other recommendations, in this cabinet, the best minister, unarguably, is Fashola.
If I should ask you this question, do they still accept the old Naira?
Do you want to argue that?
What will you tell
Followed
me?
by Amechi,
Do they still accept the old Naira notes?
Of course.
What will you tell me? That I should keep on spending.
As a matter of fact, for my POS sports, we are disbursing the old Naira notes, and people are collecting it. Yes, you are dispensing it, and people are collecting
the central bank policy.
The federal does the central bank? Do you think the central bank knows what he's doing? He said, give us 10 days. 7 days or so. They don't know. No solution. No address. Nothing. They had a meeting with State Executive Council. Those ones said, they said, if you don't have enough cash, let's have a cold circulation, old note and new note. He doesn't want to release that press that, okay, bank, start issue. He doesn't want to release it. He's been adamant. Is that not supposed to let you know that this guy is being mischievous? You say you have new notes, release new notes. You collected over 2.9 billion, 9 trillion old notes. You printed only 500 billion new notes. Who does that? Are you trying to strangle all of us into debt?
Where's the way out now? Since we're in this
it's just so unfortunate. It's just so unfortunate that Tinubu is a man that has a sword, but doesn't use that sword when needed. Emefiele is not supposed to be on that seat as of today. This is an ugly inheritance that Buhari inherited from PDP government. You understand? It's an ugly inheritance, and this is indicating that anything concerning PDP is nothing but failure.
PDP members in the APC.
We must be able to purge ourselves of anything PDP.
There's some PDP members in the APC.
Labour Party is a birth. It's a child birth of PDP. Labour Party came out of PDP. Now, talking about Lagos rally, Mr. Matthew came here. I am sure he did not go to that rally. He did not go to the rally. The crowd of Labour Party did not even feel. They did not feel 30% of TBS. They were just clustered in one spot. What happened to the galleries up there? Nobody was there. See, Labour Party.
Is about the violence. I'm not about that.
Labour Party will only. Labour Party, they will they are depriving PDP of their vote count in Lagos. The only people that feel threatened in Lagos is PDP, because ordinarily people that will vote for PDP will vote for Labour Party, and that takes me to that attack, and that's why I tell you that. Who do you think feels threatened? PDP. Who do you think will attack Labour Party? PDP. Touts, miscreants, urchins. I asked them, I said, why didn't we see any video, at least one, even if it's 5 seconds? Let us see when that operation of attack was happening. We have seen this man, AKA, when he died. We saw how he was gunned down. We saw how PDP boys, when they
investigation in Nigeria, you don't get those details.
No, some we get. Some we get. We have seen a video. We have seen a video whereby a soldier was beaten. I mean, we saw the video of Benin boys beating a soldier.
But that is not like.
You understand? We saw a video of Benin. Are you telling me that in Lagos that is so digitalized, so that there can't be someone somewhere with a phone seeing the operation going on, that he can just quickly zoom? You could be verified. You just zoom in.
We shouldn't rely on that. We should have our own
CCTV,
camera.
whatever. Yeah, that's one of the biggest problems we have in Nigeria. That CCTV is not being implemented and is not being enforced.
So what do you expect for Wednesday? Supreme Court. They are going to the courts.
Well, to me, that policy is a failure, and that policy will be revealed. The old note will coexist with the new note, because the new note is not anywhere. Have you seen the 200 Naira note? Have you seen the 200 new note? What we see is 1,500. We don't see the 200 Naira new note. But if I go to party, I will see the 200 Naira new note. So, and MFLA never anticipated this one.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr.
Welcome.
Mazira, good morning, Mazira.
I don't know, Chris, whether I'm the only person remaining now.
Yeah.
Everybody has spoken. How about Oluwa?
You need to be talking in time, because time.
I know time, but I don't always hustle time. I want everybody to say their own opinion. Let it not be that
Nigerian police said they are going after them. So it is a chain. The attack on Obi is a chain of things that has happened. We are
Nami, nobody, no,
they will not give up. I'm even advising them to stop saying no.
I think they want to
Obi goes nowhere. If Obi wins, Obi goes to Asoro. Nobody's going to support that. That young man taking on that. Anyone that wins the election, he must go there. That couple that president happens to win, they are going there. And listen to me. No man is an island in Nigeria. No man is indispensable in Nigeria. We're all one. We don't have people that are born to rule. Igbo man is born to rule. They are born to rule. What I have to the end of what the happy people are talking about. They say Obi will never rule. If Obi wins the election, I will tell you. Every road, all roads relate to us. And I'm tired of Nigeria to go. Everybody to go now. No. It is not now that Obi want to do Nigeria. They are all the same. Tinubu is bad. Atiku is bad. Obi is bad. One person is
Now, I also ask this question. Who do you think may have been responsible for that attack?
Yeah, the attack on Obi rally train, we of course know some miscreants and urchins in Lagos State. We know that they are weary, they are tired of Labour Party. They are obedient there, everywhere, all Nigeria, Labour Party. So if you ask me who do I think, I know I have the people I have in mind. The APC supporters, they have been wielding cutlass and guns over the months since this permutation of presidency has been taken up in Nigeria. They are the ones that we see that are miscreants, so troublesome. Not the PDP party, not the other party. Because I know that Obi is not attacking Tinubu for one day. Tinubu is the one that has been attacking Obi. Anywhere he goes campaign, Obi. So eventually, if anything happens like that, APC is responsible. All hands point at them. If I continue my own now to elucidate so, clearly how Tinubu went to Anambra, he will go to Imo. He went to Eboy. He has been going to East. Nobody will do that. Doesn't mean that we don't have miscreants.
There's a video I saw in the southeast. Some guys they were waving the Biafra flag, saying that there's no election.
Thank you so much. Let me talk on that. It's a very sensitive issue. Ask me why. Nnamdi Kanu was inside when Soludo won an election. True or false? What was the agreement?
Yeah.
Let me know whether you people are following up. I don't come here and just every day and talk nonsense without beckoning, relying on history. I tell you every day that if without remembering the past, I would like to live my life. What happened before Soludo selection? Federal government and the indigenous people of that region, they had an agreement. The indigenous people of that region, number one, Ohaneze, cultural group of the Igbos, and many, many others under Ohaneze. Are you listening to me? They had an agreement that if they conduct that election, Nnamdi Kanu will come out. They are going to release him. After conducting the election, they do a slide. You can't see me. That's Bajwe.
You know they see well. Okay, now, tell me what you will tell them. No agreement should be met up this time around. Do you know the only thing? We don't want to see that little white dove, as innocent as dove, that has been caged there for 2 years now, going to 2 years. We want to see federal government uncage him, so that Nnamdi will start what? Flying high. If they leave him, the little dove will be what? Flying high, soaring like eagle. Nnamdi Kanu should come out there before there will be, peaceful election. I didn't say there won't be election, but peace is very, very important. You cannot be thinking about you are thumbprinting. Who am I going to thumbprint? Thereby looking at the back to know if slug, hot lead called blades might be coming at your back. Okay. The place is not conducive for election now. As I'm telling you, let me tell you, everybody in the world, Nigerians in diaspora, Southeastern Nigeria is a region I know that is not settled for a year and going to 2 years now. July 2021, Nnamdi Kanu was abducted from Kenya, Nairobi. And he is the leader of the most peaceful agitation on earth today. We have been scuffling and fighting for years for the independence of the Jewish state of Biafra. And then Nnamdi Kanu, he led that group. He did well. He did not carry gun. He used writing. What? Writing. That is biro. He had performed Raf was looking at my namesake. Nnamdi Kanu is well known as a peaceful agitator of Biafra. They have been holding him there. They have been holding him for nearly 2 years now. And let me tell you, I'm still talking to you, diaspora Nigerians, that if Nnamdi Kanu is not let off the cage, as we are voting, you are dodging hot lead. Okay, because nowhere is secured now. They should release Nnamdi Kanu for a peaceful election to take place in Igbo land.
Naira scarcity. There's no cash.
Thank you so much.
We don't know what to do.
Thank you so much. We know what to do, Christians. We know what to do. Tell me, Seraph, we don't know what to do because of what? Over too much complacency. Raf, tell me, say, of course we don't know what to do, Raf, because we are docile, too much docility. Raf, we don't know what to do because of what? We have bought that idea of crossing our fingers anytime Buhari.
You don't look.
Yes, you don't look. Look, man. We are all look men. One is look man. Look at you. You are a look man. We are all look men. That is English. Look men. Look Nigerians. Any hard policy, any stringent policy, any dangerous policy bringing by this government, we all turn to look man, because if you say no, soldier will shoot you on the head. Police will slap your nyach. Yes, because we are all gentlemen. But you can see some of us are not gentlemen at all. Like somebody like me, I don't be gentleman at all. I don't be gentleman at all. I don't be gentleman at all. I be African man, original. If you do bad, I will tell you. Federal government is not getting it well. Fela has been preaching this in many years ago. They said he smokes Igbo. His sense is not correct. You see it. Buhari na outside day. Buhari na outside world. I think Flip TV is not Twitter. Had it been his Twitter, they will just ask me now. But nobody will ask me. Nobody's gonna ask me, hey, ask E. Yeah, I have my freedom. It's not meant well for us. Everybody has been jostling for what? Naira. Naira note. Naira note. Very scarce. Very, very scarce. More scarce than cocaine. Cocaine is not even scarce. Naira, no Naira everywhere.
And it's a commodity.
You use it to buy. Before you can access to any commodity, both essential, perishable one, all of them, you must what? Legal tender now. You go tender them. It's legal. You go tender them to the customer now before you can get the commodity. What are we saying? Do you understand? Federal government has been dealing with us indirectly using hammer, hitting us, all of us that are businessmen. Obi is an importer. Obi is a businessman. Igbo man is an importer. Igbo man is a businessman. Yoruba man is doing white collar job. No be Naira when I go use pay him. Hausa man where the real Fulani man where the real cattle inside bush. Is he not selling his cattle, cow, and do what? Money. It is interwoven. Eh? Instead of telling such CBN to go to Malaysia or China to print enough new Naira currency, he gave the project to his in-law, Aicha Buhari's junior brother.
printed the note, very, very fake, not sophisticated, that we are using now. It has lost its natural sophistication. The Naira we are using now is too poor. The quality is too poor. It is a delible Naira note. Delible. It can easily bleach. It can remove its color so easily. So delible. See, and the person handled that project, you people did not call him to order. Give me Naira note and bring cotton board to me. I will raise it. No, you will see color. It is not sophisticated. It cannot even be durable. Durability is one of the quality of any currency in any country. So it has lost its features. One of the features is gone, or you call it characteristics.
Thanks very much, Masika. Yeah, with that, we've come to the end of the program this morning. Till tomorrow for another exciting edition of the program, Bison and Newslands. I'm Christian Chuku. Thanks for watching. Click on the like button. Till tomorrow. God bless you. Bye for now. Thank you.